Fallout New Vegas is arguably one of the RPGs of all time. It's not the best. Compared to other 3D Fallout games, however, it's easily the one that allows for the most diversity in player choice. But what if I told you there's a mod that enhances nearly every aspect of this game, transforming it into a deeper, more immersive role-playing experience? Well, Transcendence, the role-playing overhaul, does just that. It's a massive mod that redefines how you play New Vegas, from combat, perks, companions, and even the economy. Transcendence changes almost every aspect of the game. It also provides some length of customization via its INI, allowing you to tweak the mod so you can cater it to your needs. The first change you'll probably notice with this mod installed though is the combat. In Transcendence, it's Deadlier. Player damage remains the same across all difficulties, while the enemy damage scales up significantly. The enemies are smarter too. They're a lot more responsive, starting combat with you from longer ranges, and they'll only show up on your HUD whilst firing. The stealth indicator's also been removed, so you really can't rely on the HUD as much as you could in vanilla. VATS has also been tweaked with added penalties for spamming it, making combat definitely more challenging but at the same time more rewarding. Because adding to the heightened difficulty, one of the biggest changes in Transcendence is the Deleveled world. Unlike vanilla New Vegas, where enemies and loot scale with your level, Transcendence locks enemies and equipment to specific levels and locations. This means you'll be able to encounter any variant of an enemy at any level. For example, you could come across a Feral Ghoul Reaver at level 1. As a side effect of this though, it also means that higher level gear is available earlier on. Obviously, this mod is intended to be played in hardcore. Your needs have been adjusted to be more impactful but less micromanagey, making these mechanics more engaging without becoming tedious. Radiation is more lethal, with some enemies even being able to deal radiation damage similar to Fallout 4. Also, like Fallout 4, fast travel has been disabled, but it's nowhere near as harsh as it was in that game. You'll now be able to find caravans at settlements that will take you to places for a price. Although if you do really want to fast travel, you can disable this in the INI. Healing items are less effective, food no longer restores health unless you have the Old World Gourmet perk, and chems have weight, preventing you from hoarding hundreds of stim packs without consequence. To balance these changes though, the mod introduces a new chem crafting system, allowing you to create chems using empty inhalers and syringes. There's also a tribal healing system now, which makes items like healing powder scale with your survival skill instead of medicine, finally giving the skill some sort of use. And you're gonna need to be taking advantage of the chem crafting system, because the economy in Transcendence, well, it's a lot harder to break than the vanilla games. Item values are drastically reduced, so you can't really get rich quickly by just selling things. Vendors have fewer caps and will only buy items related to their professions, and these changes makes caps a lot harder to come by, forcing you to think carefully about how you spend them, especially when you can't just put 10 points into luck and have it influence gambling. Because yeah, skills, perks and traits here have also been completely overhauled. The special system has been adjusted, and so have perks and traits to reflect these changes. Perks no longer have level requirements, allowing for more specialized builds early on, with a lot of perks being reworked or buffed to make them more impactful. For example, being able to pick up Explorer at level 1 is really nice, especially with its newly added 3x XP boost when you discover a location. Traits have also been rebalanced, and there's significantly more of them, with new options like right-handed, which boosts one-handed weapons and penalizes two-handed ones. You can also select however many you want, there's no limit here. Something there is a limit on though are your companions. They now require ammo for their weapons, including Eddie, who needs energy cells. You can also only have as many as your charisma stat can accommodate, similar to the classic Fallout games. Companions are now also essential, even in hardcore, but they don't automatically heal after combat, so you'll need to use a stim pack to pick them back up. With these changes, companions are no longer as much of a free win in combat encounters as they were originally, and recruiting them will also be harder, and dialogue in general, because skill requirements are hidden in checks, so you won't know how much you need to pass one, you'll just see the skill. Honestly, I really like this change. I can guarantee the majority of you haven't seen the dialogue for failing speech checks, so this can act as some nice, sorta semi-new content.
Wow. I've got to admit, you have completely defied my first impression of you. Eye lasers. I'll be sure and look out for that next time. Any other juicy bits of intel?
Karma here has also been reworked to be more like Fallout 3's, with most NPCs being neutral and only few being truly good or evil, making good karma a lot harder to achieve. There's also a ton of other changes that you can read up on the articles tab on the mod's Nexus page, but overall Transcendence is a mod you must try. Obviously, because of its scale, it is going to have some compatibility issues. For example, you can't play it with Tale of Two Wastelands. And some other big gameplay mods probably also won't work. But I think it's worth it. I genuinely don't think I've had so much fun in New Vegas as I have playing with this mod. It comes with patches for mods like functional post-game ending and alternate start, with alternate start easily being one of the best things you can pair with this mod. For those of you who don't know, alternate start with delayed main quest adds in 53 new backgrounds you can select upon starting a new game. Each one will influence your starting locations, perks, faction wrap and gear, from quick start DLC options to others ranging from a Novak settler to being a raider or even the lone wanderer, which will give you dog meat as a companion. Some of these starts also come with new perks such as the one that the Brahmin Baron start has, this making both the damage you deal and receive increase with the amount of caps you hold. But regardless of your background, it will delay the main quest, and you can start it by interacting with the Mojave Express job board. These can be found at Prim, Westside, the Mojave Outpost and the Crimson Caravan office. Working for the Express triggers the intro video and you'll wake up in Doc Mitchell's house, allowing you to start the main quest just as you do in vanilla. And this is easily the best alternate start mod. It even changes some dialogue options depending on your background.
No offense, but you look like you've traveled a long way down some bad roads. Where'd you come from?
So yeah, you can truly make New Vegas much more of an RPG than it was in the base game. I cannot recommend these mods enough, especially if you plan on doing a new playthrough anytime soon. But anyways, that's going to be all for today. If you enjoyed, maybe consider liking or subscribing. But with that being said, I hope to see you all next time.